The new Aston Martin car is one of the most exciting cars in 2026. The AMR26 has a very aggressive front wing and nose concept. It is very bulky and it is a very hefty nose compared to McLaren's ultra slim solution. The nose is mounted on the second flap, and the front wing flaps themselves look extreme in geometry, even if the nose mass might still be trimmed later. The upper front wing footplate is simplified. The upper strake element is essentially removed, similar to McLaren. Only a small winglet remains, but nothing overly complex yet in this section. The suspension is highly developed. The front suspension is a push rod. The geometry looks very extreme from certain angles. This indicates heavy aeromechanical integration. There are strong rumors that Adrian Newey has had a lot of influence in the suspension system. There's a Mercedes style active front wing mechanism. This allows controlled aero balance changes without destabilizing the main structure. Only Aston and Mercedes have committed to this solution so far. There is a clean barge board forward floor area. It is a three element design and lacks the prominent vertical vein seen on some rivals' cars. There's an extremely small side pod inlet. It is possibly the smallest inlet on the grid so far. It is a very pronounced undercut. The inlet remains separate from the mirrors, unlike other teams that have merged the two. These wing mirrors sit clearly above the inlet, keeping the opening ultra compact. There's radical side pod and underfloor airflow. Side pods bulge outward, but only to allow a massive undercut underneath. There's this strong downwash concept transitioning into inwashing flow towards the rear. It is clearly inspired by Red Bull style airflow management, but executed in a different way. There's an ultra slim Coke bottle packaging, one of the tightest rear end packages seen so far. The engine cover narrows aggressively, almost looking empty from some angles. This suggests very confident internal packaging and cooling efficiency. Aston Martin also has a distinct triangular cross section, similar to Ferrari concepts. This is paired with a large cooling gill, indicating cooling is being managed centrally rather than spread out. The cooling philosophy is big but intentional. There are large cooling outlets visible from multiple angles. This is clearly a deliberate design choice, and as it allows aggressive bodywork shrink wrapping elsewhere. There is a diffuser interaction, as it can be clearly spotted that the diffuser hole interacts with the side pot undercut. This shows how tightly the floor, diffuser, and side pod concepts are integrated. This boosts aerodynamic efficiency. Although the car stopped on track and there have been some early reliability problems, Adjanui has just built one of the most competitive cars for 2026.